Students, today I am going to discuss with you the poem Childhood, important extra questions and answers. So let's start. Okay, the question number is 1. What question does the poet ask again and again in this poem? Answer. In this poem, the poet is really confused. He asks the question again and again, when did my childhood go? Question number 2. The poet has discussed two stages of life, childhood and adulthood. How do we differentiate one from another? Answer. Childhood has been considered by the poet as a blissful period in one's life where a child trusts everyone. Adulthood is marked by rational and creative thoughts, ability to perceive and differentiate and learn new things. In this stage of life, one also learns to be double faced and crafty. Next question. What did the poet realize when he crossed the age of 11 years? Answer. When the poet crossed the age of 11 years, he realized that he had lost his childhood and had developed a mind of his own. He also found out the non existence of hell and heaven. Next question. Question number 4. How did the poet conclude that hell and heaven were imaginary places? Answer. The poet concluded that hell and heaven were imaginary places because geography books contain names of places, but there is no mention of places like hell or heaven in these books. Now next question. Question number 5. How did adults seem to the poet when he was a child? Answer. As a child, the poet considered all the adults as an epitome of love and sincerity. He believed that their love was true and they were ready to do anything for their loved ones. Question number 6. Bring out the hypocrisy that the adults exhibit with regard to love. Answer. As the poet grew up, he could make out the double standards followed by adults. He realized that though adults preached of love and talked of love, their behavior was totally different and fully manipulation. They were all hypocrites who behaved differently from the way they taught. Hypocrite means dikhauti, okay? Showy. Now, question number 7. Question number 7 is, what did the poet notice about independent thinking? How important was this discovery? The poet discovered that he was different from others and could think independently. He could have his own opinions without getting influenced by anyone else. This discovery was very important to him as it revealed to him his abilities for independent thinking and decision taking. Next question. What is the poet trying to convey when he says that childhood is hidden in an infant's face? Now answer is, the poet says an infant is really innocent as he trusts everyone and does not try to fool others. The poet brings out this fact by contrasting it with the behavior of adults who becomes manipulative and are hypocrites. As a person develops rational thoughts, his childhood innocence fades away. Now next question. According to Marcus Nathan, when does the childhood becomes an adult? Answer. Becoming an adult is a complex process which is associated with physical, mental and social development. A child becomes an adult when he is able to live his own life and take care of his responsibilities individually. He also develops his own thought process using which he can form his own beliefs and opinions. Now next question. What is the poet's feeling towards his childhood? Answer. The poet regards childhood as a period of innocence. A child sincerely feels that he is free from all evils and that there is really a hell and a heaven. A child knows no hypocrisy. There is no difference between his thoughts and actions. In short, childhood is a state of innocence and purity of heart. Next question. How does the poem expose man and present him in true colors? According to the poet, childhood symbolizes innocence, purity, softness, and love. As a child grows up, these qualities start receding. Man adheres to lying, shrewdness, cunningness, hypocrisy. Adults preach about truth and honesty, but themselves practice hatred and lying. The simplicity and honesty of childhood evaporates the moment when a man crosses the threshold of innocent childhood. Now, childhood extra questions and answers, long answers type question. Write an article in about 150 words about childhood and the process of growing up. Answer. Childhood. So now this answer of this question is many, but there is one example. You can take it and you can write your own experience. It is not actually the fixed answer as it is being mentioned. Okay, students, when I was a child, because this is an article, firstly you have to write the title and then your name, and I hope so be after that the introduction and then causes effect you must mention, and at last you have to your own opinions in the your suggestions, and you have to give in the last the conclusion part. Okay, so when I was a child, the world seemed to be a place of joy and happiness to me. There was nothing worth worrying about. Whenever I cried, somebody consoled me. When I did not like to sit alone, I was always in somebody's arms. My mother always looked after me. These are my most cherished memories, and I believe that looking at a child playing and enjoying childhood makes me somewhat nostalgic. Childhood is free from cares. There are no duties or responsibilities on the shoulders of a child. A child only eats, drinks, sleeps, and plays. Thus, a child lives in the bliss of ignorance and innocence. As we grow in age, worries about studies, choice of profession, shouldering responsibilities, etc., keep haunting us. Tensions, stress, and worries becomes a part of adult life, and the individual forgets to live a carefree life. Next question. Is independent thinking a step towards adulthood? If yes, then how? Explains with reference to the poem Childhood. Or Marcus Nathan, the poet of this poem, though showing disapproval regarding the behavior of adults, also raises a very important point, that of independent thinking and individuality. Do you agree that independent thinking and individuality make us what we are? Elaborate in the context of the poem Childhood. Answer. Of course, independent thinking is a step towards adulthood. As a child, one is not able to make one's own decision, and one's thinking is always influenced and directed by adults. A child is so innocent that it is not able to distinguish between truth and imagination. As a child, its thinking is influenced by others, it has no individuality. Moreover, it is prone to manipulations which lead to fickle mindedness. Independent thinking makes us what we are. It shapes our personality, and we are known among people through what our mind thinks and what decisions we take. If we want to stay away from evil people who try to influence our thoughts for their selfish purposes, then only independent thinking can help us. We cannot claim to be an individual if we cannot take decisions ourselves. Now there are some stanzas, and firstly, some questions will be asked, may be asked from these paragraphs. So these are important. So now read the extract given below and answer any question, two of the questions that follow. When did my childhood go? Was it the day I ceased to be 11? Was it the time I realized that hell and heaven could not be found in geography and therefore could not be was that the day? Question number 1. At what age does the poet think he lost his childhood? After he crossed the age of 11, after he crossed the age of 12, after he crossed the age of 10, after he crossed the age of 9? Answer: after he crossed the age of 11. Now next question. What did the poet realize? That hell and heaven are geographical places. B. That hell and heaven are one and the same thing. C. That hell and heaven are not any geographical places. D. That hell and heaven are located on the earth itself. Now correct answer is C. The hell and heaven are not any geographical places. Now next question. In the extract means the same as discontinued, realized, therefore ceased, stopped. Now answer is ceased. Now next, second paragraph, second stanza. Read the extract given below and answer any two of the questions that follow. When did my childhood go? Was it the time I realized that adults were not all they seemed to be? They talked of love and preached of love, but did not act so lovingly. Was that the day? Who is my? In the above lines, my refers to the poet Marcus Nathan. Next, B. My refers to the poet's childhood. C. My refers to the poet's friend. Next, my refers to the poet's father. Now, my refers to the poet Marcus Nathan. Now, next question. Question number 2. Why is I confused? A. Because I don't seem to understand when he lost his childhood. B. Because I could not search heaven and hell in geography. C. Because he is getting a lot of negative thoughts. Because he is getting a lot of negative thoughts. D. Because he has lost his mind. Now answer. A. Because I do not seem to understand when he lost his childhood. Now, question number 3. Explain, but did not act so lovingly. It means that children talk about love, but their actions are not loving. It means that, next, it means that adults talk about love, but their actions are not loving. C. It means that adults talk about love and their actions reflect the same. D. It means that children talk about love and their actions reflect the same. Answer. B. It means that adults talk about love but their actions are not loving. Now, third stanza. Read the extract below and answer any two of the questions that follow. When did my childhood go? Was it when I found my mind was really mine to use whichever way I choose, producing thoughts that were not those of other people but my own and mine alone? Was that the day? Now question number 1. Explain. My mind was really mine. It means that his mind was influenced by others. It means B. It means that his mind was not influenced by others. C. It means that his mind was influenced by his parents. D. It means that he was not confused. That means B. It means that his mind was not influenced by others. Now question number 2. What did the poet realize? He realized that his mind belonged to his parents. B. He realized that his mind was controlled by his friends. C. He realized that his mind was controlled by his teachers. D. He realized that his mind was his and he had his own individuality. Now, correct answer is D. He realized that his mind was his and he had his own individuality. Now, question number 3. The poet find an answer to his questions. A. Did. B. Did not. C. Did can. D. May. Answer did. Fourth, find the extract given below and answer any two of the questions that follow. When did my child go? It went to some forgotten places that's hidden in an infant's face. That is all I know. Question number 1. Where did the poet's child go? It went to an unknown place. B. It went to some forgotten or unknown place. C. It went to a known place. D. It went to poet's native place. Answer B. It went to some forgotten or unknown place. Question number 2. Where does the poet think his childhood is hidden? A. He thinks that it is hidden in a cat's face. B. He thinks that it is hidden in a boy's face. C. He thinks that it is hidden in an infant's face. D. He thinks that it is hidden beneath his face. Answer C is the correct answer. He thinks that it is hidden in an infant's face. Question number 3. The present tense of forgotten is A. Forgot. B. Forgets. C. Forget. D. Forgets. Answer forget. So student, now I conclude this video. Thank you very much for watching and listening. And I hope so you will do the best in your unit test. And thank you very much for listening and watching.